Hey, what's up, guys and girls? Welcome back to what I used to call my little corner of the world, but as you can see, it's expanded a bit, and that is actually because I needed to record my video somewhere else due to noise and whatever else have you at home. But anyways, let's get right into things. I think I have, no, actually, I don't think that I have something. I know I have something that I find very, very cool. And we're going to do it slightly different this time around because I'm going to introduce a piece from a company I've already talked about. And so some of the videos that we're doing, they tend to be a bit longer because we want to make sure that we actually spend time covering the whole, what is this company, what are they doing, what's the legacy, and all of these different things. So the first part about the video is typically or has been around the company, but this is a company that we've already reviewed, so this is a company that you already know. So we're going to cut that part. I'll make sure that we either make a link to the video there, down there, or somewhere up there, so you can see that. And the company we're going to have a look at today, and the piece that we're going to look at today is Seiko, and it's the beautiful, cool, and exciting Seiko 5S. And to be honest, I've loved Seiko for years and years and years. I think that they're doing very, very cool design. I think that the mechanics that they have in their pieces are, I mean, it's solid. It's solid. I love it. I think it's very, very good price, and I honestly, I think you can't go wrong with these pieces. Now the Seiko S5, right? It's very, very interesting for me because the original lineup, so the Seiko 5 was launched already in the 60s, and then evolution over time has then come to it, right? Where the 5 is, automatic winding, it's date, it's water resistant, it's the crown at specific location, we'll see that, and then it's case and brace, right? So for me, I really, really love it, and bang, there we go, there it is. It's actually very, very simplistic when you get it. There is not a lot of, anything around it. That's about it. That's the user manual. Which, if you have any other Seiko, you don't really need to read because it's pretty intuitive. So a couple of words around what we're gonna look at. Which is really, really interesting, and that's where I think that the evolution has happened with the 5S, right? Is the mechanics is slightly different. They've upgraded the mechanics in it, so the automatic is it's I would, how do I say that? It's better. It's more reliant, right? It's more reliable. It's I would also say, compared to previous, what you're getting now is more accurate, right? And then of course you have what's it called? You've got 40 to 41 power hours of power extra, right? So you've got that as well. So this one here is actually coming with NATO strap, right? So we are going with NATO this time around, 10 bar, so you are diving. It's 100 meters down to 100 meters, which is very interesting because I've checked people and their thinking and their thoughts on this specific one, the black on black sports, right? And one of the things that I find is it's a divers, it's not a divers, it's a divers, it's not a divers. But officially, anything that can go to 100 meters is considered a diver's watch. So this one has the limit at 100 meters, and it should be considered a diver's watch. However, I would maybe, if you are a serious diver, I don't know if that's the one that you want to go with. Maybe you want to go with something else instead. That's fully and absolutely up to you. We are talking 5 obviously Seiko 5S, right? So we've got the date as well, which is just cool and really, really, I actually really, really enjoy it. So again, the design boxes, they're very simplistic, right? Why would you have to spend a lot of money on this little box here, make it out of wood or leather or what have you, for a watch that you can you can consider, in my opinion, a day beater, right? So this is something that you can wear on various occasions, right? So you get more watch, less package. Let's put it like that, okay? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and I actually think so. So again, I deliberately bought it black on black because I wanted to have something that's very urban, that's very significant, and at the same time something that has an incredible, in my opinion, incredibly cool factor that just like blows my mind. I have to admit I haven't been wearing it for a couple of days, so actually I haven't been wearing it for more than 41 hours, which is the reason why time and date is not set correct. So bear with me on that one. But this is what you're getting. So let me just yank it out so you can actually see it. So this is what it looks like. So get it up here, see if you can see it proper, and yeah, let's get rocking with it. So the first thing, so let's just get the pillow out. So the first thing that you have, right, the weight is brilliant. It's got that right weight, right? So it's 42.5 millimeters, which is it's, I think they've taken off a bit of the weight, obviously going with the NATO strip, right? So that makes it just a bit, you know, again, in my eyes, just a bit cooler. You've got the crown down here at 4 o'clock, right? So that is, you know, very, very cool. You have not a lot with, you know, moving the you need to use a bit of energy. So like, but you do have it, right? So you have the rim as well, or the crown as well, and these things. So what do you get for this amount of money? Well, so let's not spend too much time on talking about nonsense and talking about things that's not relevant, right? So automatic, sounds good, feels good, looks good. Let's pop it on and see what we're doing. Let's see how it looks like. Again, let's not waste anybody's time by talking or beating around the popular bush. Let's just pop it on and see what it looks like. And so I have to admit, I'm not a big fan of the NATO, but that's just a personal preference that I have. But I do have to admit, I own several of them. One of them that you might have seen as well is the Invictus that I put NATO on as well. But I'm getting more and more comfortable with it, I would say. For me, I'm very much into divers watches, so I'm very much into the silicone, the rubber. And I then use this stainless steel. But I have to admit that, and this is what it looks like. Boop, 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 boop. So once you crack it on, right, I've got fairly tiny wrists, and so when I have 44, 45 millimeters, they can look fairly big on my wrist. I think that when I put the 42.5, 42, it really, really sits right on my wrist, right? And that's a great feeling. That's a really, really wonderful feeling. It sits as it's supposed to. It's not too tight with the NATO. This is the problem I've had with NATO in general, is that I feel that it's too tight on my wrist because I like to have my watch a bit down. But this one here actually is sitting right as it's supposed to. It's very, very comfortable actually. It's very pleasant. The size of it is very, very good, right? Again, the 42.5 is unique, right? It's like the golden ratio. That's the one that you want. But I have to admit that when you are sitting and you're just, you know, doing whatever you're doing, and you just like flip your wrist and you look at it. So that's one of the things where I really, really think that Seiko has done something unique and something truly cool, it just strikes me as, yeah, this is really cool. This is actually pretty cool. What I do typically is, and especially with this one where it's really, really dark, right? It's black on black, is I just upgrade it a bit with blue bracelet. And so like the black, blue, and black, actually for me, is just something that just explodes it in terms of the cool factor. Now, I would definitely consider this as streetwear. I would definitely consider this as urban. Would I use this if I'm going diving 100 meters and more? No, because I don't go diving 100 meters and more. So I'm not buying it for the divers type. I'm buying it because it's solid, it's reliable, it's very, very cool, and it's incredibly, I think price versus quality versus value is actually, it's super tending towards the value and the quality of it. I mean, Seiko in general, in my opinion, is doing very, very reliable and very, very cool watches. So this is for me absolutely no brainer. There is, again, one of the things that I absolutely think is very, very cool is the whole mechanism down here, right? The lock mechanism ingredient with the Seiko. I think one of the things that's actually cool as well is the backside of it is like open, so you can actually see that. I don't know if you can see it here. I'll try and see if I can open it a bit, but you could see a bit of the mechanics here in the back. That's actually really, really cool. I like the fact that it's not shiny black. I like really, like, I prefer anything that is matte. So when it's black, and it's black, as you can see on the case, it's matte. I love that. I think that that's really, really cool. I don't like this shiny black, boom, here you go. I really don't like that. So one of the things that is really, really cool is that it seems like, I don't know this for a fact, but it seems to me that the inside, maybe you can see it here as well, it seems like the inside of the watch, the piece, is using a different tone of black, maybe a bit more grayish. And what it does, and I'm not referring to the numbers, but right in here, as you can see, that part in there, here. But what it does is, again, not only does it call out the dimension of it, it becomes very, very deep when you're looking at it. It's in general a pretty tall watch, I have to admit that. But when you're looking at it, when you're faced with it and you're looking, it's almost like you're looking into it, like deep into it, deeper into it than it actually is. So that also is that illusion of the color coding and the color dimensions, which is one of the things I love about watches. I love when they're able to play off colors and make this illusion, and it just tricks your mind. And it makes it very, very, I love that. I think it's really, really cool. I think, so all in all, and again, I mean, like, how cool and unique is it that they are sticking it down, the crown down on 4 o'clock instead of the normal 3 o'clock? I think that's really, really, that's a cool little neat features that they have there. The nylon strap, the NATO strap is well executed. I have to admit that. Again, my experience with NATO straps in general is not very deep, but for what it's worth, is it looks black on black with the strap as well. Looks great. You can upgrade it and you can go with something slightly different to get more dimension on it. I wouldn't do that myself, because I go with like blue, black, and this beast here. And for me, that's all the dimensions that I need to have when I'm wearing this piece here. Now, when I wear something like this, I easily just slip on a t-shirt, pair of jeans, and a pair of sneakers, and then I'm done, I'm set, right? Because this is, as I said, this is very urban, this is very streetwear, right? This isn't maybe not something I would wear with, a suit or tuxedo. I don't have a tuxedo, but if I had one, I wouldn't wear this one with it, obviously. It's not a dress watch, that's for sure. But it is one of those things where it's, when you are out, when you're just cruising, when you're just, just having fun, really. It's just, having fun. And I'm saying that many times. If you're looking at, if you watched my videos, you will see that one of the things I'm a firm believer of is have fun. When you buy a watch, you should have fun with it. This is definitely a beater that I have a lot of fun with, because of the price and also because of the actual quality. I'm not worried about like hitting it, scratching it, doing any of these different things, because it's actually really durable, right? I mean, Seiko is known for durability, they're known for quality, and it's true. I mean, they are not slacking off on any of these different things, right? There is a reason why the mechanics from Seiko is being used in other brands as well, right? So that is one of the things where, I mean, it's a no-brainer. So for me, I mean, it's a sports watch. It's a street watch. It's an urban style, right? It's like you being the fashion icon. That's one of the things that you want to have on your to-do list when it comes to watches. This is something that when you're looking at your building your watch collection, right? You have your daily beaters, and you've got something for specific occasions. You've got something for maybe the more gala kind of things, and you have something for, you know, when you're doing a job interview or like serious presentations, what have you, at work, you have something else, right? So you vary this one, t-shirt, jeans, you're off, you're rocking it, and you are looking gorgeous with it, right? Let me see. Notes, right? As I told you, always have notes. Accuracy, we talked about that. And again, I could have chosen a different color, but I just like this stealth black thing just gets me, because I just think that it looks super cool. So we talked about the mechanics, we talked about the looks, we talked about the feel as well. It feels good. It feels great, man. It's everything you need, right? And a bit more. Now you can go out and you can find it on the gray market. Would I recommend that? No, because I always recommend that you get box and paper, right? So I would go and opt for something where you get box and paper. If that is on the gray market and you can do that, you feel comfortable with that, that's your choice. Personally, I wouldn't do it. That's just how I look at things. In general, when you are looking at something to wear, you of course have to look at color, style, functionalities, and all of these things. I think, to be honest, I think that Seiko in general on this one, the S, this is a piece that they trimmed incredible on functionalities, right? It gets the job done. They've got day date, as I mentioned. Second, they got, yeah, basically that's it, right? There is nothing extra there, right? It's not that it will make coffee or brew a cup of tea for you or make bread or open any doors for you, anything like that. With all of these other smart fancy watches, it gets the job done, and it looks great when it gets the job done. That's it. That's what you're getting, and that's actually one of the things that I appreciate. If you're looking at Rolexes, for example, right? Rolex is very, very simplistic. And I don't mean that to offend any, because if you're looking at the mechanics, if you're looking at all of this, even the design, right? It is incredibly sophisticated. But what I mean with that is that if you're comparing it with, you know, chrono and all of these other smart and fancy things, it's great that you have those pieces as well. But once in a while, just back to basics, man. Just back to basics. And what I mean with that is less sometimes is much more. Rolex got it figured out, right? And like the big watchmakers, a lot of them, they've got it figured out that less is definitely more sometimes. In this case here, definitely think that less functionality on this one, more coolness makes this beast really, really rock your look. So for me, this is a no-brainer. This is one that you need to get in your collection. Again, price, very, very, very affordable. And I just think that this is something that anybody that is into watches, loves watches, should have it, should get one, or is already having one. So there you go, right? Make sure that you look and check out for yourself the Seiko 5S. See what it does for you. Does it tick the boxes that you have? If it does, join the club, join the family of Seiko, and look good while you're wearing it. Thanks for watching, and again, if you can hit like, I would massively, massively appreciate that. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of the other videos while you subscribe, and click notification. I appreciate you a lot. Thanks, and have a great day.